Okay. Hey guys, it's Noe. So I actually started doing a video. This is the first time I've done a live stream on my new phone on my Christmas present. Yes, I know it's only December 4th, but you know. So I ended up getting a Samsung Note 9, just like Herschel, and I got the purple one, and I freaking love it. So this is the first time I've done a live stream or video or anything from this. So, all of my stuff transferred over, but you still have to like log into your accounts and everything. And so I realized I started a video and it said Noelle Wilson. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think it's doing a video under like my own account, which I don't really have. It's just because of my Gmail or whatever. So I had to stop that. It was only like a minute long maybe, but anyway, so I had to log back in and get into our account here. So here I am. Happy Tuesday to you all. Hope everybody is having a good week. I really just wanted to, I'm waiting on the girls to finish their little after school program. So what better way to spend my time than with a video? But I really, this last weekend was a nice weekend. Hey, Blacka, how's it going? I'm wondering if I should just, is it better with the light or better without the light? Like, ooh, that's a little bit better. So, yeah, I mean, what was I going to say? This last weekend was really nice because, Hershey and I just kind of had a chance to chill and relax and connect and talk and just hang out. And like, I think sometimes a lot of our lives are very busy and hustly bustly and on the go. And no, these aren't new. These are the newest pair that I have. It's a little, I think it's focusing on the wrong thing. Okay. It's like focusing outside. Maybe if no? Okay. These are the newest pair I got. I don't know if you can tell, but they're like green. But anyway, so in our lives, it's easy with like 3 kids, we're outnumbered. 2 of them are in school. They all have vastly different emotional needs, physical needs, and everything. And so, working outside the home, Herschel working at home, like it's a lot. Like, life is a lot to handle sometimes. And so sometimes we get caught up in the hustle bustle and the busyness, and we don't really have a chance to like connect and chill. It's like, yeah, we may, once the kids go to bed, we may watch a show or something like that on Netflix or Hulu or whatnot, but that's not really exactly quality time. And so this last weekend was really nice, because we were allowed to just kind of, well, we allowed, I know, but when you have kids, you get that. But like we made it clear to them that we needed time to spend together. And so for them to go and find things to do, for them to spend time together, to watch shows, do crafts, play or whatnot. But like Mama and Papa wanted to spend some time together. And so we just kind of like lounged around. We didn't do anything spectacular or special, but we were able to just really connect. And it was so nice. And like we were able to think, talk, and reflect on our relationship. And, we watch a lot of YouTube videos, we watch a lot of TV shows and that kind of thing, and like reality kind of stuff. And like everybody always says, like, oh, marriage is hard and relationships are hard and all of that. And it's like, I agree, but if it's with the right person, it's really not that hard. Obviously it's no surprise, like Hershey and I were both in previous marriages, not to mention previous relationships and stuff. And so, but just like for us to be able to reflect back on the relationships that we've been in, especially the marriages that we were both in, like things were hard. Things were really hard. Things were, like painful at times. And like, we definitely started out rocky, but and had a lot to work through, a lot of kinks and bumps and everything along the way. But once we got that smoothed out, like life is not, our relationship has not been that difficult. And what I really cherish and value about our relationship is that, as cliche as it sounds, like we truly are the yin and the yang to each other. And yeah, when you have your children, your life is no longer your own. Very, very true. And oh my God, you have three girls with three attitudes that only get worse as they get older. Oh, blacka blacka. Don't you know it? Um, but yeah, it's like when there are times when I get really worked up about something, Herschel is able to be the calming factor, and he's able to be the rational when I'm irrational. And that is that's priceless in a relationship. Like if you can find that with somebody. But at the same time, like if Herschel is worked up about something, it may not be something that's really that big of a deal for me. So then I'm able to be the rational sounding board for him and be like, well, play the devil's advocate. And so it's so nice. And so there was an incident that happened today, something that I got really worked up about, and I was just really frustrated and, kind of just wanting to like fly off the handle. I mean, not seriously, but and like he just was very like calm, rational, cool-headed, level-headed, and was able to kind of like lay it out there of like, no, like this is what the situation is. These are the challenges that we've had, and we're going to find a way through it. And it was like, okay, you know what? Like, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're totally right. And it's just, yeah, like I said, life is challenging. Life is hard. There are certainly things that come up that we have to deal with, but our relationship is not hard. And I think that's really important for you when you're in a relationship. Like marriage is challenging because yeah, you get on each other's nerves sometimes. There's things that like are your pet peeves with your spouse and whatnot, but I don't think marriage should be painful, and I don't think marriage should be all that difficult. Um, and I say that because based on my experience, like we are in this together. And I think that is what has made our relationship so strong. And that like, again, like I said, we have our pet peeves, but I can't imagine life without Herschel. I can't imagine like us not us ceasing to exist as a relationship. And like I cannot fathom that, because I'm like, there's no way. Like one, we would work at it, but two, we just work too well for that to happen. And so I don't know, I really appreciate the relationship that we have grown and nurtured and developed and worked at. Relationships are definitely work. You can't just go willy-nilly, because then it really will be like, oh, you're roommates and you have shared bills and you happen to have humans that share DNA. But it is important to work at it, and we certainly do work at it. But I wouldn't say that our relationship is hard. It just kind of comes naturally to us. And I so appreciate that. You said Herschel calms you down. Yeah, he's got that way about him. He's just, and he does get like worked up about things, and he gets passionate about things, but for the most part, like he's just a chill guy. So anyway, I love and appreciate Herschel so much for everything that he has brought to me, he brings to me, and how he challenges me, and how he pacifies me. And I really like everything that happened in my life up to the point where I met him, all happened to prepare me for him. I wholeheartedly believe that. Absolutely wholeheartedly believe that. Had I met him, because and if you've heard me say, like, I'm a firm believer in things happening when they need to happen and things happening for a reason. And so I don't think that if Herschel and I had met sooner, I don't know that we would have been as successful, because we both had to go through our ish to get to the point where we were ready for each other. And I think for both of us, like, we both had to go through all of that, the challenge, to understand what we wanted, to understand what we were willing to do, willing to give, not willing to do, not willing to give. And I just am so appreciative. And I truly love Herschel like I've never loved anybody before. And I feel loved by him like I've never felt loved before. So, wasn't really meant to be a super gushy video. But yeah, it was nice to be able to connect. And again, like, quality time. I think it's great going out on dates and everything. And we certainly need our time away from the kids, and our time to be able to go and do our own thing and check things out. But sometimes, like, in a relationship, like, that's not possible. Like, we don't have family nearby. We don't have a ton of, like, friends to, like, let the kids go and hang out with. And so occasionally we can get a babysitter. So we can't rely on that to be our only way of spending time together and connecting. And also, going out costs a lot of money. And so, or at least when we go out, it's like, yeah, we want to whoop it up. We want to do it up. And so, but just not like, we didn't watch the TV at all on Friday night, I don't think. And we really just chilled and just, like, laid in bed and just hung out. And it was so nice. And so, like, I encourage you with your significant others to really, like, find those ways to be able to connect, and it not have to be a huge ordeal of going out and getting dressed up. And it's like, that's great, that's fun, but we're not always able to do that, right? We have busy lives, we have bills that have to be paid, we have all this responsibility. But it can be just as simple as just stopping and turning off the media, turning off the TV, turning off the phones, or leaving the phones alone or whatnot. And it's at one point it was funny because we were both playing on our phones, we were both playing games, but, like, we would stop, we would chat, we'd have conversations. And so I just really valued that time. Really, really appreciated that time. And that like filled our little tank up. I'm using a lot of references from Real Housewives, Vicky Gunvalson, but it really, like, recharged us and rejuvenated us. And not that, like, things were stressful or anything, but again, the hustle and bustle can wear you down sometimes. And so yeah, I just really appreciate that. And shout out to the girls for allowing us to do that too. And, like, we make it clear to them that it's important for mama and papa to spend time together as mama and papa, because if we don't, then our family as the way we know it can come into trouble. And so it's important for them to be able to do things on their own without us, because we did not have children to be their playmates. We didn't necessarily have multiple kids for them to play, but I mean, kind of, for them not to be alone, right? And so it's important for them to create their own relationships and dynamics and everything, and for them to understand that there is work that has to happen between me and papa, and that mama and papa, as much as I like spending time with them, mama and papa need to spend time together. So it was just really refreshing, really great, and it was just so nice and much needed. So really, this was just to be able to share with you all a great way of how we were able to kind of connect and refresh. And it didn't cost us a thing. And it made a huge difference. So let's see. I had an ex that was the absolute best, and we had the best time, but me being me, I messed that all the way up. God, I loved her. Woman's love is a gift. And loved laying in bed with my girlfriend and just reading together. Yeah. or finding cool things and like, oh, did you see this article? Did you see that? Um, Talking about things that you like, reminiscing about the past, but thinking about the future. It's just really nice to be able to have that time. So, um, yeah, and Blacka, I mean, like I said, I am a firm believer in things happen the way things happen when they need to happen, and things happen for a reason. So, you know, I it probably doesn't make it feel any better, but that perhaps was not the relationship for you, or like, to take a look at that of like, what were you supposed to gain from being in that relationship? And maybe it's you understanding what you did wrong and what not to do for a future relationship. And so maybe that's what was supposed to happen. And although not ideal, maybe not what you would have liked to have happened, but I think it's important to be able to take a look at the things that you have done in your life, the things that have happened, and what you can take away from those. Most definitely. Yeah. Um, so yeah, so it is quite chilly here now. Well, it says it's 40, but it's cold. There was like some hard frost on the car this morning. But God love Hershey. He goes out in the morning and he scrapes the car for me, starts the car up, warms it up. So yeah, I didn't have to deal with that. But yeah, it's Tuesday, so well into the week, almost halfway there. I am excited for Christmas. I'm taking some time off, so I'll have time with the girls. Yeah, it's just good. I have all of the Christmas shopping done, even the shopping that of packages that need to be sent away. I still need to get Christmas cards, and get cards and get those sent out. But I feel really good. I feel like I'm on top of things this year, which is not always my forte. I always want to be on top of everything, but I'm not always. That's not always the case. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if I think I mentioned it in an earlier video. But like, I start Christmas shopping, I start in the summer. Usually I will take a look on Prime Day with Amazon to see like what kinds of things they have going on. I buy some things, kind of squirrel them away, and buy things throughout the year, so that way, like, yes, I can budget for Christmas gifts and stuff, but it's also easier, like, oh, okay, there's no like major holidays, no birthdays of spending that I have to do right now, so let me spend a little bit of money towards Christmas. And then I'm also not like rushing all at the end to get everything. So that has really helped. Now I just have to get motivated and wrap everything. So gotta get it all wrapped up. So yeah. But anyway, how have you guys been? It's nice to be back on a live stream. Like I said, I don't know, I lost my mojo for a bit. Had to get that back. But I'm back. And I am looking forward to December 21st because it is the shortest day of the year. And so from there on out, then the days start. And I like my daylight a lot. I'm long for the summer days where it's like 10:30 and the sun is like setting. That's glorious. But so yeah, I always look forward to winter solstice, only for the fact that the days start getting longer after that, or we start getting more daylight after that. But yeah, so I think it's about time for the girls to come out. So I'm probably gonna shut this off so I can get out and go and get them. I think they're gonna be doing a little performance in the next week or so, right before school ends for the winter break, Christmas break, whatever. So I'm excited about that because they always talk about the little dance moves and show them off when they get home. So it's been a really great program, and I really appreciate that they've had the opportunity to do this. So But anyway, I guess that's it. Like I said, hopefully you guys had a great Tuesday. Have a great evening and stay warm wherever you are. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Bye, guys.